idea because it happened, and
it's amazing to get to tell a Blake Seven story that lasted, the 3 CDs, and you could get. I think part of your original picture was, give me something epic, and the Blake Seven equivalent of 24. And it was the chance to do a story that we haven't really seen. There was obviously story arcs galore in Blake Seven, and there are in the Big Finish Blake Sevens as well, bubbling away. But to do one big epic event in the Liberator's life, and to do it from different points of view. So we have Callie and Villa down on the planet. We have Avon still on the ship, and to start to see it's not just all happening in that one, on the flight deck. These things happen across the sector. I get a chance to do that bigger thing.
Yeah, it was very kind of liberating, if you pardon the word, to have that kind of canvas to play with, but also then getting fantastic performances from Michael and Jan and Paul and Tom Chadwick as Del Grant. I mean, that was the most brilliant thing being in studio that day, to hear Paul and Tom together for the first time, I don't know how many years, and just clicking straight back into it.
There's something interesting about the end of Armageddon Storm, which I don't think anybody's picked up on.
No.
I thought it might have been discussed.
About it on
Were we too subtle?
We might have been.
That's never been said before.
So yeah, if you do have the Armageddon Storm, go back and listen to the end of the interchange.
Which was a new scene, which we wrote on the day.
We did write it on the day, yes.
Because we changed our mind about it.
So yes,
because that might have a bearing on what happens next.
Exactly. So a big teaser for you there. Sorry, your question.
Would you consider doing any more full cast audios, maybe as a sort of once-a-year special or something?
It's a nice idea. We'll have to see how Warship ultimately sells, but it's, I'd just love to do whatever we can do, really. I mean, yes, we'd love to. We'll see.
What David's saying is go out and buy a Warship.
It is superb.
For entirely selfless reasons, you all ought to go out and buy a Warship.
One of my favourite things about Warship is the way you have scenes that were clearly written to be intended to be filmed in studio, and then you have Gareth and Jan at Ealing in snow.
Yes, absolutely. All that stuff on the phone. Yes, you can.
Yeah, and then they'll go to a hatch and there'll be a studio corridor, and then they'll open another door and they'll be in a power station in Kent somewhere. It was so authentic, and it's just.
But there's one cheat as well, because I did something which was very consciously not in the original series. Because I'd heard that David Maloney had said that he used to constrain the cost. So if he saw a script that said they go into a large room, he would cross it out and he'd write, we go into a medium-sized room. And if he said we go into a medium-sized room, he'd cross it out, but we go into a small room. So I decided we were going to have a very, very big room in this, which is the underground space that Blake and Callie investigate. So that was kind of my playing against the tropes of the CV series.
David could be a bit of a tight one. I remember an episode where it was about spare part surgery. I think it was in the second season. I can't remember the title now. Anyway, I'm about to go in and be operated on, and we had these Tic Tacs with the props and the tablets, and just in the kind of final dress run, I took a couple and went, "Go easy on those little." I'm going to go over to Alistair, who painstakingly recreates this whole audio landscape of Blake Seven. I mean, it is phenomenal work that actually is almost invisible in a way. Nobody really recognises the amount of time and energy you put into it. I mean, does it drive you mad?
I'm internationally unknown. That's my job.
You have literally been locked away for months and months recreating everything.
That's nothing to do with Blake Seven, though, is it?
This is through choice. Yes, I used to have a social life before I rediscovered Blake Seven.
So, for example, how have you recreated, say, the teleport effect, or...
Oh, right, well, yes. That was interesting, because, I listened to the original sound effects, and I think, how would they have done it? And then I try and recreate it. So I reckon that the original teleport sound was the sound of a cymbal being sort of, doing a roll with the brushes, and then I put it through an effect which makes it go, and then I affect it, and then I put some other spangly effects over the top of it, and then you get a brand new transporter effect. Because I think there was David or Lisa in one of the episodes, because I was toying with using the sound effects from original television series, but it's cheaper and copyright free to use my versions. And Lisa said, when they beam away from the planet, the sound is too short. And I said, well, that's how it was in the original series. So I then went away and stretched the sound and added more bells and whistles, so to speak, for when they leave. Yes.
And you do the music as well?
And I do the music as well, sort of in a sort of Dudley Simpson-esque kind of style.
And also, I love it when they teleport down, you do the musical
Oh
cue at the
yeah.
end.
Oh well, that came up just the other day. Another sound designer is working on another Blake Seven story, and he said, "I've put in the sound, and David says it's the wrong one." So I said, "Well, I've given you all the sound effects that I recreated. What he meant was it was missing the little da-da-da-da-da-da at the end."
But we got it in there.
Plus, you also did the voice for Zen and Aurak. Splendidly so, I have to say.